Hi, and welcome to my channel. For those of you who have been subscribed and wondering where I've been for 2 years, welcome back. Sorry about that. So previously on this channel, I did a lot of Disney pin unboxings, and I just had a few things come up in my life that meant that I was no longer able to afford that hobby. So I had to unfortunately cut back and not do that anymore. And just the way things happened, I never got around to telling you guys. So sorry about that. This video is unfortunately not to announce I'm doing more pins. But it is exciting to me, and that I will be announcing that I will be joining the bookish community here on BookTube. If you've seen any of my previous videos, you know that I have books. I always have my bookshelves in the background of my videos, and that's because as much as I love Disney, books are extremely near and dear to my heart. And they've always been a very important part of my life. I decided to begin a segment of my channel, Leidy's Library, and I will be discussing a variety of things on here all related to books. Imagine that. So what to expect from this channel moving forward. I do plan to do monthly TBR videos where I will choose from my TBR tower what books I will be reading in this month and each month. I will then at the end of the month do a wrap-up video for you to show you which books I read and what my thoughts were on them. I will also be doing book hauls whenever I feel like I have a good enough stack to warrant a video of books that have been gifted to me, or since I am a bookseller, I occasionally get ARC copies or advanced reader copies. And I do have really poor self-control, and I work in a bookstore, so it will also include some purchases that I probably shouldn't have made. I'll also try to do any bookish tags that I see come across the tube here. But please comment down below if there is any types of videos related to books that you'd like to see me do, and I can see about adding those in. I am aiming to have one video go up every Saturday that may or may not change, just sort of depending on how life goes. One of the biggest things that I plan to do is to tackle my TBR pile, or my to be read pile, because it's not so much a pile anymore. My Christmas tree is made entirely out of books that I own that I have not read. That's what happens when you work in a bookstore and hit a really long reading slump. I have 531 books that I have not read. It is this whole tower, the inside of the tower, and it does stretch out. I have some on the floor here and on the floor behind me, and some new acquisitions downstairs, and it's not even Christmas yet. I have problems. So to help solve those problems, I will be doing a monthly TBR game with you guys, where you'll get to see me choose which books I will read each month. And to do this, I will be getting help from my friend here, Chip. And this is my TBR jar. He is holding 10 little slips of paper that have either a series or a book title written on them. I cannot see. It is inside the origami folds. I actually don't even know what is in here. I wrote down about 30 different titles and series, and River chose 10 of them to write down and put in here, and I don't know which ones she chose. So the way this is going to work is each month I'm going to reach into my jar and pull one slip. I will then read the title on here and attempt to find it in my tower. Now then, like I said, some of these books are actually inside the tower and are the core building blocks of it. So I may not even be able to actually find the titles, not to mention if they're like down here. Like I know there were some hardbacks on the list that I gave her, and the hardbacks are mostly on the bottom down here. They may not be safe for me to actually get to. So if I can find and safely acquire this book, then I will read it, and whatever else I read for the month is my choice. I get to just mood read. If I cannot find and or safely acquire this book, I will set it aside and go back into my TBR jar and draw 2 books. So I've now sort of upped the ante a little bit. So I'm going to try to find these 2 books on my TBR tower and retrieve them. For each one of these that I cannot safely retrieve, I will have to draw 2 more. So if I'm able to find one but not the other, then I will draw 2. If I cannot find either of these, then I will draw 4. Now, since there are only 10 slips in here, this game is not going to just go on forever. I have put a maximum. I know I cannot read more than this a month, and that's why there's only 10 in here. Because once I have made it to the end of the jar, it's empty, and I haven't found all the books I need, then I switch to hard mode. And in hard mode, I will have to read however many books as there are slips in that jar. Any slips that I was able to find will be included in that count. So I'll have to find another set of books to equal up to 10. And I don't get to just choose and mood read these. I have to choose from the tippy top of my TBR top tower and work it down. So this means as the year progresses, I'll have more choices of working down the pile. But right now it means those are all single stacked. I have to read the top 10 books, which is a little scary because like this white one right here you can sort of see my finger, is Peace and Turmoil by Elliot Brooks, who's a wonderful booktuber. Go check her out. But she's a chunky book. Like, that's really scary when I'm already having to read 10 to see that sitting up there. Obviously, I did not have this entirely planned out when I built my tree. So, there's that. At the end of the month, when I do my wrap up, if I have not read all of my books, for each unread book, I will have to add to my TBR jar so that the total number in my TBR jar will increase. I will continue to not know what is going in it, but each month that I do not complete my assigned books, I do risk having to do more the following month. And those added ones could be good. They could be ones that are easy to get to, or they could be bad because they could be ones that I can't find and make me have to do a higher total number of books. So I will have my first TBR video should go up on January 2nd. So that'll be my January TBR, and we'll hopefully all those rules will hopefully make sense once you sort of see it in action. I'll also go over them all again when we get to those videos. I hope that you guys are as excited for this bookish content as I am. And please like and subscribe to show me your excitement. And I will see you again next week. Bye.